New York is one of those rare cities where you arrive for the first time, yet instantly feel like you've been here before many times. Every street looks like a movie set you've already walked through. Every block looks familiar, every sign, every police car feels like a cameo from a movie you've seen a dozen times. Hollywood practically raised us on this place. And December? That's when New York becomes its most famous self. It's the busiest month of the entire year. More than 7 million tourists flood the city in December alone. Millions of dollars every single year are spent just to decorate for Christmas. Yes, millions just for lights and giant ornaments. And this isn't ambiance. This is a full-scale holiday investment. Why? Because holiday tourism and shopping pump over $500 million back into the city. $500 million. New Yorkers even have a name for this period: the season of madness. Crowds everywhere, traffic, lines, prices jumping, and yet they'll tell you they wouldn't trade this atmosphere for anything. Because Christmas in New York isn't just a holiday, it's a global phenomenon. Let's start with the weather. December in New York is hilariously unpredictable. One person is wrapped in a parka, another is naked living his best life in Central Park. Snow appears, disappears, then appears again, just to keep everyone humble. Central Park in December is no more green fairy tale. The trees are bare and the ponds may be frozen. But somehow, it's even more alive because this is skating season. And the iconic Wollman rink in Central Park is definitely worth visiting. Free entrance. You pay only for skates rental. Ice rinks sprout across the city like holiday pop-ups. The famous Rockafellar Center rink is tiny, expensive, but legendary. Yeah, that's the line to see the tree and to skate. Think twice to choose the right time to come. And Bryant Park, one of the best deals in the city. No surprise that the lines get long here, especially in the evenings. Probably thousands of skaters every day. And while we're talking numbers, a tourist in December typically spends minimum $350 to $450 a day. Hotels, food, transport, attractions. December prices are something special. Fun fact, if you want something stronger than hot cocoa at an NYC ice rink, the law says you've got to order food with it. Basically, the state of New York is out here acting like your mum. No booze until you've eaten. But there is good news. After Christmas, New York kicks off some of the biggest sales of the year. And trust me, the malls don't take this lightly. They dress themselves up like exotic birds trying to attract a mate. Lights, music, decor, anything to lure you inside. I can't promise everything suddenly becomes dirt cheap, but seasoned shopaholics swear this is the moment to hunt for deals. Santas are everywhere in New York during Christmas, but the most official Santa in the United States is Macy's Santa, greeting visitors since 1862. Macy's even runs a Santa school, training actors in the voice, the walk, the laugh, the gestures. Keep in mind, meeting him requires booking weeks in advance. Now, the heart of New York's holiday identity. The Christmas trees, the most famous of all, the Rockafellar Center Christmas tree. And it's not just a tree, it's a chosen one. Teams spend months searching for the perfect one. It's always donated by a private owner. The chosen tree is transported to Manhattan like a VIP guest, lifted with cranes, decorated with tens of thousands of lights, and crowned with a giant Swarovski star that weighs more than some cars. But the real heavyweight Christmas artillery doesn't come from the city. It comes from the people. Local residents of one now famous neighborhood show the entire city how it's really done. Let's head to Brooklyn, to a place where Christmas decorations are not a hobby. They're a competitive sport. Dyker Heights. This tradition started back in the 1980s with one enthusiastic family who basically said, "Let's go big." And then they went bigger. And eventually, the entire neighborhood joined. Today, the houses look like holiday theme parks. Life-size Santas, huge nutcrackers, glowing deers, entire lawns turned into theatres or light platforms. Families spend thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on their displays. Crowds come from all over the city. TV crews take interviews with the owners, and every year the residents push the limits even further. But Christmas for New York City isn't just about traditions, it's about investment. The city, together with private companies, spend millions of dollars every single year on holiday lights, massive installations, and even additional security for popular areas. Times Square alone sees up to 400,000 people a day in December, because they know it all pays off. And you didn't end up here by accident either. You flew right into these bright lights like a little exhausted by the flight, but happy butterfly. Now, some practical advice. If you're visiting New York in December, prepare yourself. The city raises hotel prices just as confidently as it raises the Rockafellar tree with a crane. In tourist-heavy areas like Midtown or Times Square, hotels easily run $300 to $450 per night, and that's without breakfast. Lower East Side and East Village feel a bit more breathable, from $200 with way more character and fewer bloggers and street photographers. Williamsburg is the darling of travellers who want to live like locals, with stylish stays around $200 to $350. On a tighter budget, Queens or Jersey City will save you $120 to $200, and you're still only 15 to 20 minutes from Manhattan. And yes, yellow cabs are a New York icon. But forget what you've seen in movies. On screen, people whistle and a taxi magically appears. In real life, you'll need luck, patience, and possibly a financial advisor. Unless you're a Hollywood star, taxis will burn your budget instantly. So skip the cinematic fantasy. Real travelers take the subway. Your best move is to grab a 7-day unlimited Metro card. It costs $34 and pays for itself in 2 or 3 days because in December, you'll be crisscrossing the city non-stop. Trees, markets, ice rinks, repeat. The subway runs 24/7, shelters you from the wind, and gets you anywhere faster than taxis stuck in holiday traffic. New Yorkers already know the truth. Unlimited isn't just a transit pass, it's freedom to roam the entire city. Sure, the subway looks sketchy in places, and yes, you might run into a few wild, slightly terrifying characters, but that's part of the charm. It feels like you've stepped straight into a movie scene, and despite the chaos, it gets you exactly where you need to go. A little break from the views. Tired of generic tours and all-inclusive resorts? Have a custom journey tailored to your unique interests, schedule, and budget, so you can actually experience the soul of a country, not just its hotel buffet. That's what I do. Get in touch, contact in the description. Now, to appreciate New York at Christmas, there's one thing you absolutely have to do. See the city from above. Pick your viewpoint. The Empire State Building, top of the Rock, One World Observatory. It doesn't matter. It's going to be expensive anyway. What matters is that moment when Manhattan stretches beneath you like a glowing circuit board, each light a tiny part of the holiday symphony. From up there, the chaos makes sense. The crowds make sense. The millions of lights, the trees, the markets, the rinks, all of it weaves together into one giant, moving, breathing holiday celebration. New York doesn't decorate for Christmas. New York performs. Loud, bright, over the top, hilarious, magical, and completely unforgettable. And that's why, year after year, millions of people from around the world come here in December. Not just to see the city, but to feel it. I've been there, I've lived it, and I've got plenty more to share with you. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's turn those miles into memories.